Good evening. I've never done anything like this before, but God spoke to me a prophetic word at the beginning of this month, April 12th. I was in my prayer time that I do every day, and the Spirit of the Lord fell upon me, and I had like a vision. I'm not sure if this is, if God's telling me to do it or not, but I heard a prophet speak that the prophets who were not ashamed to come out and speak God's word and stand for God. And I never want to be ashamed. I don't want to get out of the timing of God, and I pray if this is God's will that it be seen and it encourage people's heart, and if it's not God's will, that it just fall by the wayside. Because if I do anything in my flesh, it will fail. But in my vision on April 12th of 2021, God spoke a noise. And I heard a sound in the vision. And I saw a vision of the former president, Barak Obama. I saw a vision of his face. And he had stopped briefly because he'd heard the sound too, and he stopped just to hear it. And the vision, it's like it meant nothing, but he just stopped for a second to hear the sound. And in an instant, when he stopped, the sound grew. It was a slight noise, but it grew in an instant to a great roar and a great noise. And I saw fear come on the man's face. And God spoke, it was a tumult. And as this noise came, it ran over him. And I saw great fear, and I saw great destruction coming. For God spoke, there was an unraveling. And I saw the noise was the chariots of the Lord. And it was causing stones to fall. And the stones that were falling were the lies. The lies were falling. They were coming down in an instant. And judgment. And God spoke that they had been warned. They had been warned. That his voice had gone forth and had warned, and they had been warned, but instead of repenting, they had doubled down. They had not heeded the warning of God. And God spoke checkmate on a chess game, and that he had limited their moves. The moves of the enemy's camp had been limited by God, and there was death and judgment coming, and God was causing a great fear and a dark storm. There was going to be a dark storm hovering over Washington, D.C., and God was speaking to climb higher under the shadow of his wings. And I saw God calling his church, God calling his people to come close under the shadow of the wings of the Almighty. In Psalms 91, the secret place, to climb in there until his judgment had passed over. God spoke, the prayers and cries of his people had come to his ears. And in an instant it shall be. God was speaking to me. There was already fear that had fallen in the land. I saw fear falling on the people at Twitter. I saw fear falling on the people in Facebook. Delta, Coca-Cola, Disney already had fear, but Obama's day of fear was happening right at that instant. And I saw him pacing to and fro in his house, in his chambers. He already knows right now. He already knows right now that it is over. It's over. For even God walks the earth now, and he has intervened. God spoke great fear. He spoke that if he revealed himself in fullness, even his people would tremble and be in terror because of his magnificence and power. And I saw a great unraveling. And I'm not sure if that will encourage anyone, but I just wanted to be numbered among the prophets that are speaking the truth right now. And if it encourages one soul, it's worth it. Hold fast. Don't faint. God's here. And in an instant, he can move. This word is so powerful. Be blessed.